So this here is going to be a video on how to kitbash a Daemon Prince of Tzeentch. And what we did was we used a Daemon Prince kit as well as a Cockatrice kit. And this gave us our first of two Daemon Princes we're going to build. So if you're interested in building one like this, or if you just want to kind of see the process that went into it, feel free to stay tuned. If you're interested in kit bashes and things like that, please subscribe to the channel, and we will be back with many other ones. We have a second one from this kit to do, so subscribe, stay tuned, and I'll show you how we built this one here. So this is a video where we're going to take a Daemon Prince of Chaos and a Cockatrice from Age of Sigmar and try to work together to build a Daemon Prince of Tzeentch. So we're going to take both kits apart, kit bash them together, and see what we end up with. So in front of us we've got the Daemon Prince kit, and it comes on 2 sprues. It's made of plastic, so it'll work with our plastic glue. We've already removed the wings because we were duplicating them in a previous video, so we've got these off now. The rest of the parts are untouched, and yeah, that's pretty much our Daemon Prince where she stands right now. The next thing we have is the resin Cockatrice from Age of Sigmar, and it's a very avian head, which is what we like. We want that for Tzeentch. It's got 2 very feathery avian wings, which we're going to want for our Daemon Prince with wings. We're going to try to salvage the body of the Cockatrice as well, which means that we're going to pretty much use the upper body, and that'll be sort of our Daemon Prince here. But we're going to want to add a set of arms as well as the legs down below. We're going to try to turn these into arms, moving them up above, because we want to salvage these claws as the talons that we're going to use. So we're going to sort of start cutting this stuff apart and seeing where we end up, and then seeing what we're missing. So this is the Daemon Prince body here, and this is the Cockatrice's body, and it's about the same size. The only catch is I want this armor right here. I want that armor piece, and I want to put it on this chest. So I think we're going to trim off all of the actual Daemon Prince bits and then mount that right there and then see where we end up. So we're going to do that now and do some trimming. So that's going to look quite nice once we get it sorted out. We've got the neck piece cleaned out a bit, and we're going to slide it in over here. We're going to try to make it flush with some of these tufts of hair coming over the edge, and I'm going to try to move these leg sockets up above, filling in the gap here for the arms. So let's do a bit more cutting and see where we end up next. So all we're doing is using our razor saw. We're just cutting right through this area here, and we'll start moving the pieces around once we've got them free. So now that we've got our armor trimmed and we've got the Cockatrice body trimmed, we can slap this against there. We've trimmed out all the inside, and then that left us a lot of room for the rib cage here. So that slides in quite nicely. Then we've trimmed the tail length, taking off both legs, which we can now use as shoulders. And we can fit that around our armor pad, like so. Now the only problem is none of it fits properly, but if we heat this, because it's resin, we'll be able to mold it into the shape we want. And we'll get our shoulder there, as well as one on this side. So we're going to do that now, heat that up, get that curled in a little bit better so it blends more, and then we'll patch it up with some extra stuff. As far as the claws go, When they attach at a bizarre angle. So we're going to also heat them and bend them up so they reach around. And we're going to bend all of the claws in to make an actual claw mandible hand. So we'll do all that now, heating it up, and then we'll meet back here once it starts to cool down again. So we finished heating up the pieces, and we also did the wings. So instead of them going straight back like they were, they now fan out similar to the normal Daemon Prince wings do, which come out like that. Sort of on that angle. The new wings also come out on that angle now. Same as on that one. So all we did was heat it and add a bend in the middle, basically on this arm. And we took the feet, heated them up, and added sort of more of a hand than a foot. And that turned it into claws. We may add a third, a thumb type claw here on this appendage if we need to. We could also cut these two dew claws off here and remount them there if we really came down to it. Then we molded all of the arm joints, curving the bottoms in like so. So instead of having it flush, it now curves in. And same with this one here. Instead of it being flush, it curves in now, which allows it to fan in and cover some of the back area here. So what we're going to do now is start gluing some of these pieces together to see where the gaps are going to form. So the first thing we're going to do is glue the armor on the front, and then we'll glue the arms on here as well, or then modified arms, and then we'll see where we got gaps to put some repairs in. So with our armor piece on the front now, and we've got it tucked in just so the hair hangs over the top. It has a little bit of depth, which is kind of nice. When we add the shoulder piece in, you'll see that either we push the arm out or we leave it settled back. But either way, we're going to have a gap here where the shoulder is and down here below. So what we're going to do is fix that with a little bit of OD Fix-It stick. And what we're going to do is mix up the stuff, put it in here, and then we'll try to shape it to match the hair that we've got on the rest of the neck and on the top of the arm. So we'll try to merge that in there now and then see what we end up with here, and then we'll work on the other side. So what we ended up with is this. So we've got our shoulder. We've extended the appearance of hair all the way down the shoulder here, and then we've done some mock muscles here. And then once that hardens, that'll hold that in place for shoulder number 1. So we're going to do the same thing here for shoulder number 2. And then we'll be back here in another few minutes. So here's our Daemon Prince of Tzeentch so far, with the front plate armor on, and then both shoulders filled in with Fix-It stick, with the hair extending down on both shoulders, and then we've got some musculature down below, filling in there, leaving the pathway open for where the wings get glued. Like so. So we'll let that dry for now. And then we'll meet back here in a few minutes and we'll figure out where to go from here regarding the legs. So at this point, what we did was we just put both Daemon Prince's legs together and just mounted them with plastic glue onto the plastic torso. That leaves the back here. So my thought is we're going to take the Daemon Prince tail and we're going to mount it somewhere around there because we're going to need the extra support to stand him on his base. So we're going to want that tail to touch the ground. So we're going to build a bottom to him, stick this inside, and try to merge the spikes on the back with these, and then come up with some sort of final system here that doesn't look too terrible, made completely with the Oatly stick. So we'll do that now and see where we end up. So this is pretty much our finished model at this point. So what we did is we reconstructed the back end here with some of the Oatly stick. We then extended the spine down, cutting it with the hobby knife and shaping it that way. We glued the wings on, and then we did end up cutting off the elbows, the dew claw, and we placed it in there as a thumb, which gave us a gripping hand. And so effectively, this is our Daemon Prince of Tzeentch. It's definitely very Tzeentch-like. We have a few other options, but I don't think I'm going to do any of them. But we do have the shoulder pads we could put on. But I don't feel Tzeentch is a big armor-wearing. That's more of a Khorne thing. We have the leg armor as well we could add. But it just seems bottom-heavy there in that case. So I think I'm going to leave it pretty much the way it is. Just like so. And we'll sort of prime it, and then we'll paint it before we mount it, just because getting underneath here is going to be a little bit tricky as we're going. So I think that's where we're going to call it for this model. We managed to keep the snake piece together, which will allow us to extend that to there, as well as the back end of the tail. So we have a demonic bottom. We also have all of the pieces of the naked chest here. So we can sever that there, replace it with this bottom, and have a Slaanesh type Daemon Prince as well, which we'll probably do at another time in another video. And that one will magnetize to give us access to all of the arms, and we'll have a Slaaneshi demon type prince using the rest of the bits from the kit. So effectively, this is our Daemon Prince. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll come back with a painting video at another time. But if you enjoyed this, please feel free to share the video, like it, leave a comment. Let us know what you think of our Kitbash Daemon Prince. He is very Tzeentch-like. And otherwise than that, we will see you at our next video.